Hey guys, Zorbold here, and I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a shot at what's become the 14 games of the Zorbold as of the end of 2012. Or let me clarify a little bit, my 14 Nintendo 3DS games. Normally I would have recorded this video with my 3DS game system, but since I had it shipped off to get repaired last week, I'm going to be without it for at least the next week and a half. So, just so that you guys but no, I've still got the box, and no, I didn't buy a new 3DS. I still have the original factory sealed box. Well, it's not factory sealed, but you get what I mean. I'm just going to give you guys a quick rundown for those of you that would like a refresher of the 14 retail 3DS games that I do have. Some of these should look familiar if you've been watching any of my other videos, and a couple of them I know you've never seen before, and I've either just briefly mentioned or talked about, so here we go. First game is Samurai Warriors Chronicles. This game was actually the first Samurai Warriors game that I ever played, and naturally it's one of those games that it's a real keeper. I bought the game about a week after I bought my 3DS for what was then $40, but these days you can get this game for, I think it's $15 or less, so it's a pretty cool game. It's got Street Pass, and you can trade online, and you can even use your 3DS Play coins in order to do all kinds of neat stuff to enhance your custom character. So it's definitely a nice game to at least try out. I should warn you that the 3DS Samurai Warriors and a departure from the Samurai Warriors 3 release for the Wii game system as a Wii exclusive. For those of you that are depending on what side you are on the whole dub versus sub debate this game is in the original Japanese language with English subtitles. If you're not a fan of that kind of stuff, then I have to say, as a person that likes dubs over subs, you know, this game is worth playing at the very least, especially if you're a fan of the Warriors games, whether they're Dynasty Warriors or Samurai Warriors. Another game which is moving on to be, which is a front runner to be the 3DS Game of the Year, Kid Icarus Uprising. I'm pretty sure I did a review on this game, so I'll just keep the description of this game very brief. This is the first Kid Icarus game in 25 years, and its online play is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, I'm pretty sure that this game is one of the reasons that that I had to end up getting my 3DS off to get repaired. So yeah, I mean, it's got Street Pass. It comes with a pretty cool prehab. If you get tired of holding it, you can use QR codes and all kinds of other fun stuff. It's a pretty awesome game, and if you have a 3DS and you don't have this game yet, you might want to consider getting it for the holiday season. Another favorite of mine that I had made sure that I picked up as soon as I heard about it, which I'm pretty sure many of you may recall when ScreenAdventure.net was online, Tales of the Abyss. What can I say about this game is if you're a fan of role-playing games and you have a 3DS, you owe it to yourself to get this. This was one of the games that I bought my 3DS for, and I haven't regretted a second of the time that I've spent playing this game. And as I mentioned in my other video, I have the original PlayStation 2 version of this game as well. The fun thing about the 3DS version is, of course, you can take it with you anywhere, and yeah, enjoy it on the go. Another favorite of mine, seeing as I am a Michael Jackson fan, which I'm pretty sure many of you recall, I think it was 2 videos on this. I'll just leave it at that and just say check out the other video. This game, Super Mario 3D Land, is a pretty awesome standard platformer in the Mario franchise. I don't have New Super Mario Bros. 2 yet, but I plan on getting that game next year, along with Mario Kart 7. This game can actually also be purchased from the Nintendo eShop. So if you don't want to buy a retail copy, you can also download the game, providing you have an SD card big enough to contain it. I mean, me personally, if it's only available as a download, I'll get it. But if it's available in retail, I'll always go with a retail copy. Just thinking about tradition, you know. Another retail or digital download version is Crosswords Plus. Now, an interesting thing about this game, and I think I mentioned this in the video I uploaded a week and about, I think it was last weekend, but if you were to get the digital version of this game, you would automatically be given a code in order to get a free copy of Donkey Kong: The Lost Levels, which includes a level that was not included in the original American release of the game. I mean, I didn't find that out until after I bought this retail, but still, it's a real keeper, though. The game is pretty much both, I'm just going to say, endless hours of crossword and word search fun. And there's DLC that you get on a daily basis, pretty much. So you'll always have something new to do every day. The one game that I bought this summer was Heroes of Ruin, though the new game effect pretty much wore after about a week straight of playing this title. This game was published by Square Enix, though no traces of the franchise that published it exist in this game. I mean, this game plays like an MMO in a lot of ways, where you've got a money system, a loot system, online play with up to 3 other people. You can play with people you know, or you can play with random folks, doesn't really matter. There's also Street Pass and item trading. And this game has a lot of variety to it. I mean, I'll say that if you're a fan of the Oblivion, the Elder Scrolls games, I'll say, if you're a fan of the Elder Scrolls games, or World of Warcraft, or any other big-ticket RPG series, then you should fall in love with this game very quickly. I mean, even though I've stopped playing it after a while, I do plan on going back to it eventually, because I don't like to leave RPGs unfinished, you know. Now we were talking about Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater for the 3DS. I know what a lot of you guys are thinking in terms of, you know, this game has been released, what, I think it was 3 times in the last 18 months. I mean, this game was, of course, originally released on the PlayStation 2, and it's been released on, it's been released on the 3DS, it's been released on the Xbox 360, it's been released on the PS3 twice, and I think it's also slated to be released on both the Xbox Live and the PlayStation Network. So yeah, this game is getting a lot of replay value. Well, I didn't actually play the original PlayStation 2 version, so for me, getting this game was a necessity because I am a big fan of the Metal Gear Solid series. I'll just say that if you've already played one of the other releases of this game, you don't have to bother getting this. Though there are a couple of, like I did with the GameCube release of the original Metal Gear Solid, a lot of the Sony exclusive nuggets were replaced with Nintendo stuff, like Yoshi and Mario, etc. A lot of the references were changed to mention Nintendo, since Hideo Kojima is a admirer of the Nintendo franchise. So yeah. Moving on. I think I covered both of these in my last 3DS review. Harvest Moon 3D Tales of Two Towns, and Harvest Moon: A New Beginning. I will say that I just looked up Harvest Moon TOTT on GameStop, and you can actually buy this game for under $20, both new and pre-owned. So if you'd like to play, pick up that game, then that's something worth thinking about. As for New Beginning, I picked this up a couple of weeks ago, and unfortunately, due to me having to ship my 3DS off to get fixed, this game is still incognito in terms of playing through the main storyline. The same actually holds true for this game, Tale of Two Towns, but unfortunately, a lot of the folks that I used to trade with have switched over to New Beginning, so being able to get a lot of the stuff that I need has become a lot more difficult. For those of you that would like my friend code, by the way, I'm going to include those at the end of this video, as well as in the description of this video, so you guys can check it out and we can work on something. The only racing game that I ended up getting so far, Ridge Racer 3D, and like most of the other launch games, you can now get this for under $20, both new and pre-owned. This game has Street Pass, where you'll be able to race against someone else's best time in a specific race. Unfortunately, foregoing the original Ridge Racer for the PlayStation that we all grew up knowing and loving, that you can't use your own music in this game, which was a big letdown for me, but it's still a lot of fun though. in terms of being able to customize your machines and race them in gorgeous 3D on a handheld system, I mean, it's just awesome sauce. Tetris Access goes without any further explanation. These things are pretty much staple on not just Nintendo systems, but other game systems as well. You can get this game for $20 now, new, or $17 pre-owned. It's got online play naturally, and it's always, you can always pick this up anytime and play it. Oh, almost forgot. You can use this game can make use of augmented reality, which is a 3DS function, so that you can play Tetris, or rather put Tetris in the real world. And I'm just going to leave the rest of it to your imagination, just because I really want you to see it for yourself. Dead or Alive Dimensions. This game is also another game that was released shortly after the 3DS was launched. You can now get this for under $20, like most of the other games I've showcased so far. And you can also, I don't think you can get this as a digital download yet, but it's basically the Dead or Alive 1 through 3 combined. There's also Street Pass, and you can play online with leaderboards and all that other good stuff. Finally, the last game on my list, it's another port, and it's the game that has considered by many to be one of the greatest games of the Nintendo 64 era, Ocarina of Time 3D. And I have every single copy of this game's release since the N64 days, and I still have them now. I mean, I've already talked about this game in detail in another video, so I'll leave it at that. The main difference this game has with its previous releases is, of course, the 3D version. And there's also a mirror version of the game in which you play the game backwards, so to speak, where everything is shifted. Like, instead of going left in certain dungeons, you now go right. And there's also a boss battle mode, which was also included in Kid Icarus Uprising, as well as a couple of other re-releases that were ported to the 3DS. Well, there you have it. Those are my 14 Nintendo 3DS games. As it stands right now, my next 3DS purchase are likely to be Fire Emblem Awakening, which finally got its North American confirmation, Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS, and Professor Layton vs. Ace Attorney. And hopefully, if it gets released in the US, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney 5, those are basically it. I mean, I've already mentioned in the blog that I'm not getting the Wii U because I'm done with Nintendo game systems overall. And Sony and Microsoft have proven to me that they're able to not only give me the kind of games that I'm looking for, but they're able to give it to me in large quantities and at a better price. And more or less, I'm getting more bang for my buck, so this is why to not overlap what I've said in another video and another podcast, is why the 3DS is going to be my last Nintendo game system for a while. I mean, I know all about what the Wii U has to offer, and considering the stock that I've put in the game Wii that you can see behind me, I can also say that I think, in my personal opinion, that I made the right decision in not getting the Wii U game system. I mean, personally, I'm just paying a lot of money for the same old, and I'm tired of it. I mean, you know, you guys already know that I have an Xbox 360. I've got 3 PSPs. I've got a PlayStation 3, and ever since I got my Xbox and my PSP, I've been playing games for those systems a lot more than my Nintendo systems. I mean, the last new Wii game that I bought was Just Dance 4. Not 4, Just Dance 3, and before that, Samurai Warriors 3 2 years ago. I'm pretty sure I'm ready to see what other game systems have to offer. So yeah, I mean, I've been a huge supporter of Nintendo over the last 25 years. I mean, I've played or owned pretty much every Nintendo system released up to now, in both North American and Japanese. And as I've said in great detail in another podcast and blog, you know, I'm ready to see what the competition has to offer. Because at this point, it's like every time Nintendo releases a new game system, their competitors are able to just build off of what they've pioneered and just do it better. So yeah, I'm not gonna do what I did with the Wii and buy the Wii U, and then come to find out Sony and Microsoft are gonna come out with something better a couple of months after its release. So yeah, I'm gonna play it smart this time. I mean, I have nothing against those that bought a Wii U, and I'm definitely not gonna say I wasted my money getting the Wii and the 3DS, and the DS for that matter. But for me, I'm ready to move on. Um, yeah, I'm just ready to move on. Before I let you go, I will give you my 3DS friend codes. My 3DS tag is running 2K5, and my friend code is, and I hope you have your pen and paper ready, because I'm only going to say this once, 1762-2675-7277. And once you've added my friend code, you may either leave a comment or a copy of your own friend code, and I'll add you back if you want to play any of the games that I've mentioned. And maybe we'll be able to work something out, you know? Oh, one more thing before I let you go, since I'm pretty sure this is going to come up in the conversation. I do not own any of the Pokemon games. And speaking of which, I think it's high time that I made a video explaining in detail why the 4th generation, aka Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and Hard Gold and Soul Silver were the last Pokemon games that I will ever play. And I'll just leave it at that, you know. I'll see you guys in another video. You guys take care. Have a happy holiday. And the world will go on December 22nd, 2012.